Hello everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Tim's Toy Box. Today we'll be talking about this box. And I have a nice mixed lot in here that I bought in 2 separate trips to the Pasadena Rose Bowl. I spent about $200 on this lot, so let's check out what I got. First stuff we're going to check out is I did get a line that I don't have much of, which is the THUNDERCATS line. I believe that this guy's name is either Hyena Man or some kind of hyena. He might be a jackal. I'm not sure. Anyway, THUNDERCATS and second THUNDERCAT guy. And I believe this guy is called the Snowman. Both of these, I believe, are bad guys. I'm not sure if this guy's a bad guy. Again, I didn't really follow THUNDERCATS. But it's a great displayable line, and I'm happy to add these 2 guys. This guy does need a little cleanup. He's pretty dusty. That's one problem you get with some flea market toys, so keep that in mind.
Figures and vehicles each sold separately from LJN.
Next part of the lot, we have, I picked up a lot of good Motu figures. That's Masters of the Universe, for those of you who aren't cool. The first one here being Stinkor. If you remember, his big shtick was that he smelled bad. We tried it. His smell is gone. So there's that. Ram Man up next here. And Ram Man is a great looking figure, but not the best with his action. His action was always pretty weak. That's all it is. That's it. There's actually a good YouTube video. I'm not sure if I can think of the name of the guy right off the top of my head, but we're going to leave a link down below about how to supercharge your Ram Man. And who knows? I think I'm going to do a video where I try to do the same thing. Give him some juice into that spring-loaded action. Manny Faces is next. This figure I picked up, and you know, flea market figures, you're going to get different levels of quality, of condition on your figures. This guy's dusty and his legs are a little janky, as Motu figures get. So hopefully, you know, he's not as good as the ones I have in my collection, so I'm just going to flip this guy. I did get another one of the rock figures. I'm not sure the name on this one. I believe this is the son. There was a mother, father, and son trio of rock people that was late in the Motu line. As you can see, he transforms into a rock, and then they would, you know, spring to action if needed. I don't know. Last Motu character that I picked up. This is one of my favorite characters from the line. This is basically the arch enemy of Fisto. This is Jitsu, and his spring action is still very springy. I like that. And I do have his accessories as well, so we'll be able to make this a full figure.
Stondar and Rock-On, new from the Masters of the Universe. Action figures each sold separately from Mattel.
Alright, here's a find that I was really happy to get at, again, the Rose Bowl Flea Market. You should check it out. It's every second Sunday of the month. I found the 3rd Centurion. I had the blue and green guy. Now I got the yellow guy, the, I believe, Max Rockwell.
Jake Rockwell, Rugged Land Operations Specialist.
I'm not sure exactly. It might be Sam Rockwell, but that's an actor. So it's something about rocks, because this guy was the Earth guy. So anyway, I have the whole set. Now I just need to get their accessories, which is quite a chore.
Whatever the challenge, they are ready. The CENTURIONS.
Alright, and then we have one of my favorite lines, a very displayable line, the Hasbro WWF figures. I already have this version of the Ultimate Warrior, and unfortunately, as you can tell, his spring action is completely broken. So he will display well, as his paint looks great, but that spring action, no wayno. But nice little figure there. And then I was able to pick up this at One Stop. I got these for $5 a piece, which, if you know what they go for online, that's not bad. Because after you do shipping and all that stuff, it's going to be even more expensive. And this is what I'm excited about. I was able to pick up another Crush figure. Crush is usually the hardest of the 3 demolition guys to find. And then, of course, here I have not sure which one this is, Axe or Smash. His, it still works, it looks like, yep, but it's not strong. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Nah, there we go. Anyway, pick those two up, and of course, Superfly Jimmy Snuka, once again, probably killed his girlfriend. Anyway, it's just an aside. R.I.P.
The Undertaker will bury those stiffs.
This is the last of the Hasbro figures that I got. Unfortunately, as you can tell, his spring action is nice. He's got a lot of paint rub off, well played with toy, as you could say. But it is one of the $1 Million Man figures that I did not have. So very excited to get the green suit $1 Million Man figure.
DiBiase lands $1 million punch.
All right, here is a line that I'm very interested in collecting, and I'm excited to get essentially my first figure of the line, and I'm not sure who it is. I didn't have this line growing up at all. I just know it's one of the cops.
Cops and crooks sold separately with cap guns and caps.
Figures. I love this line. Very posable figures, very displayable, and the place I got it from at the flea market even had his helmet. And it wasn't on the figure when I got there, but they said, I think we have that, and they found it for me. So, again, Rose Bowl Flea Market, can't go wrong. It's a very, very solid figure. Oh, also, if you know the name of this figure, we're going to put it below here, but hey, if you know anything else about the Cops line, let me know a link or something I can look at to learn more about this line.
Take a good look, man. I want you to know what you're up against.
From a line that I am collecting pretty heavily, the Toy Biz Marvel line, mostly X-Men in that line. I believe this guy is Kane or Maverick. I'm not sure which. Is it Kane? Okay, my producer Steve is telling me Kane, so we'll go with that. Apparently his appendages transform into weapons and stuff, so very T2 type character, but it's a great looking figure. I mean, one thing about these figures is there were so many of them that were put out that it's very easy to find high quality figures in that line. Speaking of a line with a lot of figures and very readable amounts of high quality figures in good condition, Spawn.
Get Spawn! It's Spawn!
The comic book by Todd McFarlane. Also allegedly an upcoming movie. I don't know if it's canceled or not, but supposedly Jamie Foxx is supposed to play Spawn. I would like to see that, so maybe they should finish making it so I can watch it. In the meantime, I'll be collecting the figures. This is the original Spawn figure from the, I believe, 1996. I believe was the year this came out. It has none of the accessories, so I'm gonna have to work on that, but a great looking figure.
Go, Spawn!
Live the adventure with Spawn.
Here's something I was really happy to get. I'm a huge fan of Friday the 13th. Also a huge fan of the greatest video game ever made, Friday the 13th. But this is a Matchbox car from 1998, which has the Camp Crystal Lake on the side, and it's got Jason in a gigantic form hovering over and, you know, about to whack somebody with a machete. I had no idea what this was, where it was from, but I had to get it. I bought it for $5, and they're going on eBay for a lot more than that, so pretty happy with that. Another smaller item, and it looks like he is some sort of water buffalo, but it's one of the Battle Beasts. I only have one other Battle Beast. I found this at the bottom of a bin, and I think I only paid $1 for it. So, not bad. That's one thing about flea markets that you'll find is that a lot of times they don't know what they have, and they might sell you something really cheap because it's tiny. And hey, can't go wrong there.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there.
It's here, the G.I. Joe collection.
And I did manage to pick up a couple of G.I. Joe items. I am still doing that big G.I. Joe video coming up, but since I got these at the flea market, I'd go ahead and show them. This was a Joe Colton mail-away figure that wasn't something I was really interested in getting, to be honest with you. But they threw it in, and because it's G.I. Joe, I went ahead and picked it up. Now, this one, on the other hand, I was very excited to get. It's a Shang Tsung figure from the Mortal Kombat run of G.I. Joe. So they had that going for it. It's one of my favorite figures of that line. It's just a really good Shang Tsung, I think.
G.I. Joe from Hasbro.
This one I'm not going to go over too much because some of these are pretty good and some of them aren't. They all need some cleanup work, it looks like, except for this Ewok. It's Star Wars. I've begun collecting the Star Wars line. I got this lot for pretty cheap because, as you can see, they got some problems. Somebody went and painted this green, which I don't know if I'm able to remove that or not. Also had a problem with the Chewie, apparently. Somebody wanted to add brown paint to him, which I guess, you know, if you're trying to fix the paint job, it might work, but it makes it a little difficult. But we're going to try to get these cleaned up and everything. Some of the figures don't look too bad. This guy looks like he's already pretty much displayable. I might have to clean up around the eyes there a little bit. And this guy's filthy. So, not sure. But we'll go ahead and clean it up and we'll add them to our Star Wars collection. Alright, and now we just got a few more items to mention. This is from the Brave Star line.
Brave Star.
My schoolwork will stomp you flat, Brave Star.
Another line that I didn't have when I was a kid. And I'm very excited about this figure, and I got him for pretty cheap. Now, he doesn't have any of his accessories, but this is the Tex Hex figure from that line. One of the best looking bad guys, I think, in all of the 80s animated / marketing toys to your children 24/7 cabal that we had going. But he's a great looking figure. He's the #1 antagonist of Brave Star, and I'll end up getting the Brave Star figure as well.
3030 can stand up to your evil Tex Hex.
This is one of the most exciting things I think about this entire lot that I ended up buying. When I walked in, the first thing I saw the last time I went to the flea market, that's the Pasadena Rose Bowl Flea Market, by the way, was a man selling a lot of mock mint-on-card figures. And I don't really collect them all that much, though I am beginning to buy more of them. Here is one of them that I bought. I don't know if you're old enough to remember the Mask of the Phantasm.
Batman's toughest challenge is Phantasm. But first, the Joker must be stopped. Only total armor Batman can prepare to do battle with Jetpack Joker.
One of the greatest animated Batman films of all time. The primary antagonist was a vigilante that took things a little bit too far, and that was, of course, the Phantasm. And the question the whole movie was, who is the Phantasm? Who is the Phantasm? Unfortunately, we already knew who the Phantasm was, because the toy marketers, in this case, let me see, who made Kenner, of course, Kenner always screws it up. Kenner had released this toy prior to the film, which, as you can see, reveals the identity of the frickin' Phantasm. So it blew the whole, like, whodunit thing. Anyway, long story short, spoiler to a 20-plus-year-old movie, it was the chick trying to bang Batman at the time was also the Phantasm. So I guess Batman was giving the Phantasm orgasm. And the last thing, and I don't buy these that often at flea markets, but I picked a couple of them up, and you'll see why in the next video. I picked up some Secret Wars comic books. This is number 10, and this is number 12, which is a double issue, so it's pretty hefty. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm going to start collecting the Secret Wars run, and you'll see more about why coming up in the next video. So stay tuned, give us a like, and subscribe, share, tell your friends who are interested in toys and comic book type nerd stuff. And I'll see you next time at Tim's Toy Box, everybody.